Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. Who saw Bohemian Rhapsody recently? Oh, so emotional, really tugged at the heartstrings. So I got back on the Queen train and decided to learn the solo to I Want to Break Free. And I'm like, this is awesome. I want to share it with the gang. So without further ado, let's have a look at the solo from I Want to Break Free. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. Keep in mind there is a lot of whammy at the end of most of the phrases, so just keep that in mind. We're going to start off with this. Alright, so I'm starting from 14 of the 5th and the 4th string. And then I want to play 11, 13 on the 3rd string. At the end of that, I'm going to do a semitone bend up and back, and then end it with sort of a dive at the end to trail off. All together. I think what really brings out the flavor of the solo as well, being really sort of cut off and staccato-y helps the delivery of it. Then we work into this phrase very similarly. So what I've got there, the same starting 4 notes again, but then I work into this arpeggio, basically E major, semitone bend, and then I'm going to be playing 14 of the 4th into 14 of the 5th. At the end of that second one, I pull off from 14 to 14 to 12 on the 5th string, and then resolve that on 11 of the 5th string. So all together. Once again, at the end of most of these phrases, we have just that light dive there. Let's have a look at what we've got thus far, a little bit slower. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I go into an A major arpeggio, which is this. Let's slow that down. Kind of got a semitone bend with a bit of vibrato on it. Then from that point, I was going from 14 of the of the 2nd string with that. At the end of that, I'm playing 14 of the 3rd, 14 of the 4th. Then I play 12, 11 on the 4th string. And then from that point, I'm going to play 12 of the 5th and then 12 of the 6th. So all together. And as per the other 2 phrases, as soon as we get to that last note and sort of sustain it for a little bit, resolve it with a cheeky dive. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I sort of work an A major arpeggio into an E major. So that last bit, I was going back to 14 of the 2nd string, slight bent vibrato, and then playing 14 of the 3rd into 14 of the 4th. Then the E major starting from 13. Very similar to the phrase we saw before. Slight bend on 13 of the 3rd string. Then I want to play 14 of the 4th into 14 of the 5th. Instead of doing a pull off here, I'm going to just play 14, 12, 11, nice and slow with very staccato notes. So that last chant. And as per all of the other phrases, ending with that slight dive. And that's all of the first section. So we'll do that again at a gentleman's pace, and then again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, second and final section. I start off with this semitone bend from 11 of the 3rd string. And then dive it down like what we had in the other phrases. Then I work into this phrase. So it's the E major phrase again, but I'm playing it with sort of an A shape position. That shape. Very similar to that. And the reason why I do that is that I need to work into this. And I've watched several videos of him playing it live and he sure doesn't play this. So you might think it's a bit strange going from, well, we were playing it over here, but it does set you up a lot better for the final phrase. So we've got from the start, and then this E major arpeggio starting from 9 of the 2nd string. I've got that same idea 3 times, 9 of the 2nd, 9 of the 3rd, 9 of the 4th. You can add that slight vibrato bend at the start. At the end of that, I'm going to play 6 of the 4th string twice. Then what I've got there, I'm doing a pull off from, what's that, 7 to 6 on the 4th string. And then I'm sort of working up a E major. I'm going to be playing 7 of the 5th and 6th string. And then I'm playing 5-4 on the 6th string as well. So let's go from the start of this section thus far. There we go. Hopefully that's making sense. You can always slide that note. I think that sounds cool. At the end of that, kind of working down the E minor pentatonic, but I'm kind of using the 2nd position, or you could think of it as a G major. Got a bit of a Cliffs of Dover vibe to it. Anyway, what I'm doing here, full tone bend from 5 of the 4th string. I'm using my pinky because I need to pull off to that E note on 2nd fret. At the end of that, I'm going to do a pull off from 5 to 2 on the 5th, and then 5 to 3 on the 6th. At the end of that, I pull off to an open E from that 3rd fret, and a long slow dive, and that's the end of the solo. So let's have a look at it just from this arpeggio here. A bit slower now. All right, let's go right back to the start of the section, play it all again a little bit slower, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from I Want to Break Free by Queen. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want tabs to this lesson and anything else that I do, please join up with the Patreon with all the cool kids. I'm going to be doing more giveaways and more surprises throughout the year. I also have 2 books out. My first book, Ultimate Shred Machine, is out now if you want to up your chops in shredding, sweeping, legato, and tapping. And my most recent book, Rock Guitar Mode Mastery, is also out now. We're going to be tackling the 7 modes, how to use them, how to compose with them, all that jazz. A nice theoretical book for you guys. And if you're not much of a reader, I do have both courses in video form as well, if you so desire. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I'll catch you all very soon.